VanVan. 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 Hello everybody and welcome to Custom Chimp. This is the first video of hopefully many. Now Custom Chimp is going to be all about everything custom motorcycles, and the main thing that I'm into and the main thing I want to be showcasing to you is all about Harley-Davidson, especially old school custom Harley-Davidsons. And as far as old school custom Harley-Davidson goes, this isn't one. So as you'll see in the footage coming up, this is my Harley. But my other bike is this 2016 Suzuki RV125, or as they're better known, Suzuki VanVan. So I bought this brand new back in 2016 when I lived down in London, because I needed to get through London traffic to get to work every day, and I didn't want to ride the Harley, and I wanted something cheap, so I bought this. So I really wanted a 125. So I thought really long and hard about which 125 is the best way to go. I was going to buy a Grom, but I look like an idiot. No offense to Grom riders, but oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I thought, no, I wanted a full size. I want a 125, but I want a full size bike, and this is the bike that I stumbled on because I kind of like the way it looks. Basically, I mean, why else would you choose if you were deliberately going for a 125? Let's be honest, performance is irrelevant. Handling is largely irrelevant if you're going to ride through a city. So basically I wanted something that looked like a motorcycle. I wanted a full-size motorcycle, and this is what I stumbled upon. So having spent a lot of time in the past looking on YouTube for a review of one of these, quite frankly, there's none that are any good, and no one seems to talk about them. I don't understand, because they're totally wicked bikes. This is the best commuter bike you could ever buy. That is a fact. It's definitely not a fact, but I'm going to tell you it's a fact. So, first of all, I've owned this bike now for 4 years, coming out of 4 years. I've done 8,000 miles on it. In the last 2 years, I've probably ridden it about 200 miles. But anyway, I'm going to run you through what I've done to it and then what's really good about it. So the basics of it: 125 cc, air-cooled, fuel-injected engine, obviously single cylinder. You've got the things that make it stop, just there. You've got this thing that makes it go, just there. It doesn't, I mean, when I say go, it's all relative, isn't it? It sort of pushes you forward a bit. You've got another stopper device there, single disc at the front. You've got a drum brake at the rear. These change the noise that it makes, sort of thing, and it's got a clutch there as well. This particular example is not standard, not by any measure, but I'll say that. I'll start that bit again. So as with all motorcycles that I've ever owned, I had to play with it and make it worse. So what have I done to make it worse? Well, I have taken the mirrors off because they look stupid, and I put bar end mirrors in that don't really work. You can't see what's behind you, but that's okay, that's fine, not interested in that. I've put in a different set of bars, again, because they look a bit cool. This is actually the third set of bars I've had on this. I quite like the way those things look. Quite tempted to take that off though, I think. What else have I done? Oh, LED, smaller LED indicators. The LED indicators, the indicators that come standard on these are bulbous and ridiculous. Most of this bike, to be fair, is bulbous and ridiculous, but it's even more so. I've just taken all the badges and cleaned it right off, like just taken everything off. It comes standard with a massive luggage rack, stupid thing there, for you to put one of those top boxes on, but I'm never going to do that, so I took that off. What else have I done to it? Yeah, LED indicators at the back. Oh, different chain and sprockets. I've got a 520 chain. Because someone described the stock chains on these, I think I saw, as being like a cheese string. That's about right. And a different sprocket at the front. Different sprockets, rear up a different tooth sprocket at the front, to make it slightly shorter gear ratio, to make it a bit easier for it to get up to speed, but slightly better acceleration. Again, that's relative, it's slow. But anyway, so that's sort of what I've done to it. So if you are contemplating buying a VanVan 125, here's a few things you need to know. Here's what's great about them. Number one, they're cheap. I bought this one for less than £3,000 brand new. Now, unfortunately, Suzuki are not selling the VanVan as new in the UK anymore because they're stupid Suzuki. But I believe you can still buy it. I don't know about the States, but I think in Europe and Asia it's definitely still for sale, and you can get the 200cc version as well. I went for the 125 because the whole point of this bike for me was as a commuter bike, and I want it to be as cheap as possible. So obviously 125, tiny bit better on fuel, but also much less to tax. I think this cost me, what, 20 quid or whatever it is to tax every year, which is just about nothing. And I didn't, you know, the difference between a 125 and a 200cc, you're not buying it for performance, so who cares? So the really good things about it, well, it's, again, I'm not going to pretend that I don't care about the way bikes look. I really do. Looks are important to me, and I just like the way it looks, especially when in its stripped down sort of sense. It is ridiculously comfortable. Like, this seat looks stupid, but your backside will thank you. It's an amazingly comfortable bike to ride. It's a full-size bike, so you don't feel like you're on a tiny little bike. What else is really good about it? It goes places. You can sit on it, and you can start somewhere and end up somewhere different. It's black. It just works. It's just fun. It is actually a really fun bike to ride because it's got fat tires and reasonable ground clearance. You can sort of do stupid stuff with it, and living where I live now, as you can see, out in the middle of nowhere, it's good because I can take it on dunes and trails and stuff, and it's just a bit of fun. And it's a super easy bike to ride. Drawbacks to it, well, it's got the tiniest fuel tank in the world, so even though it uses no fuel, the fuel light comes on by the time it gets to 100 miles, about 100 miles out of a tank, which I suppose isn't that bad, but it's just, you're filling up quite regularly. So it's got a small tank on it. I'd love to put an aftermarket exhaust on it because it sounds like a sewing machine. But all the aftermarket exhausts, that's pretty ugly. But the aftermarket exhaust for them, Jesus Christ, they're hideous things. And I just can't completely spoil the looks of the bike by putting one of those horrendous abominations on there at the moment. What other drawbacks are there? It doesn't handle that well. Like, you wouldn't want to go flying around corners, you know. Well, you can't because it doesn't fly, but you know what I mean. You don't want to be cornering too quickly on it because the tyres are crap. They're not really built for that, so it doesn't handle particularly well. It handles weirdly. But apart from that, it's a great little bike. It's great fun, and it's good. It's great having a bike that you don't really have to care about, that you can flog around, and it's just really good fun. And I don't think I'll ever sell it. I think I'll just keep it in the shed as a runabout, from here to eternity. Easy for you to say. Come on, bring the noise. It's got the special sewing machine edition exhaust. I mean, you can start this in a nursery. It wouldn't wake up a soul. I know what you want to know. If you're someone thinking about buying a VanVan, you're probably quite young, could be your first bike. I know exactly what you want to know. You want to know how fast it is, don't you? Yeah, you do. You want to know how fast it is. Do you want to know how fast it is? Really slow, but it's no slower than any other 125 really. Fastest I've had this thing on the speedo was up to 70 miles an hour. That was down a very steep hill with a force 9 gale at my back. If you're thinking about sitting on 60 miles an hour, forget about it. Like, it will do it, but it won't like it. You're talking about 55 miles an hour, that's what it will sit on comfortably all day. You don't want to be revving it any harder than that. So it's not quick, it just isn't. It's a 125. So if you're thinking about buying a VanVan, here's what you should do. You should stop watching this. Well, first of all, you should subscribe to the channel and click like, and then you should stop watching this video and you should get online and find one and buy it. And don't ask your mum and don't ask your girlfriend, just buy it, because VanVans are great.